Hi there, it's Bella, and it's February 7th, 2012, and we're going to be doing a rune reading with the runes. Um, I enjoy reading with the runes every full moon. It's been a scenario and ritual I've done for a long time. They just kind of work really well, and they're Viking runes, and it's called the Book of Runes. I've had it a long time. Obviously, you can see it's an oldie goldie here, but can't even read what it writes. But it's called the Book of Runes by Ralph H. Blum. And this is about an ancient oracle wisdom. And I don't know, I just feel it's all about, goddess energy. And but we're also here on this planet today to nourish the goddess, but obviously God is a form of goddess, so we got to love God and the goddess and the angel, everything that can bring us happiness and good thoughts. But the runes are very right on most of the time. I'd say I've never denied them. I'm still working with them, and I've had this, I think, 1994, so obviously something is good. But I did want to say that earlier I was just getting my altar ready for the reading, and I asked St. Michael to give us a message, and it came out with, romance angels are helping you. And for the month of February, I figured Valentine's Day, for all you happy people out there looking for love, searching for love, just make smiles, because you never know. Okay. Well, thank you, St. Michael, for sharing the love romance angels today. Lovely. And again, we're going to pick 3 runes, and I will be reading the message from Mr. Bloom's book here, the Book of Runes. But I don't know. I feel real good with these runes when I read them, and let's see what happens with them today. Okay, this first rune is called Standstill. And as I explained in my last video, some runes are, come up upright, and then there's a reversed position. But this rune has no upright, or the upright is this way, has no reversed, as you can say. So we'll set the standstill here, and I'll read you. And standstill is about just taking a breath, just taking a break for a moment. If you're rushing around, or you're running around, or your mind is scattered, you're not thinking clear, it's time to stop, look, and listen. Just take a deep breath in. Just try to relax, calm down, and let's read what the Book of Runes reads. But pretty much it's just to keep yourself in check. Okay, stand still. And as I've mentioned, all the runes have their own names, and this one is called Isa, I-S-A, Isa, and it represents standstill. The winter of the spiritual life is upon you. You may find yourself entangled in a situation to whose implications you are, in effect, blind. You may feel powerless to do anything except submit, surrender, even sacrifice some long-cherished desire. Be patient, for this is the period of gestation that precedes a rebirth. Positive accomplishment is unlikely now. There is a freeze on useful activity. All your plans are on hold. You may be experiencing an unaccustomed drain on your energy and wonder why. A chill wind is reaching you over the ice floes of old, outmoded habits. Trying to hold on can result in shallowness of feeling, a sense of being out of touch with life. Seek to discover what it is you are holding on to that perpetuates this condition, and let go. Shed, release, cleanse away the old. Doing so will bring on the thaw. Usually, Isa requires a sacrifice of the personal, the I. At such a time, you cannot hope to rely on help or friendly support. And yet there is no reason for anxiety. Submit and be still. For what you are experiencing is not necessarily the result of your actions or habits, but rather arises from conditions about which you can do nothing. What has been full must empty. What has increased must decrease. This is the way of heaven and earth. To surrender is to display courage and wisdom. And yet there is another phase to stand still. Just as winter is a time for going within, Drawing Isa can announce a time of restoration and renewal at the deepest level. In your solitude, exercise caution and do not stubbornly persist in attempting your work or your will. Remain mindful that the seed of the new is present in the shell of the old, the seed of unrealized potential, the seed of the good. Trust your own process and watch for signs of spring. Okay, well, pretty much the message is just to, release. And here on full moons, this is what we want to do. We want to release those old bad habits. We want to take what's positive coming in for this new month, releasing the old, and it's perfect time on full moon to do this, okay? The next rune, oh boy, this is the blank rune. This is a very powerful rune in the respect. It's called the unknowable, but it's the rune for Odin. And Odin is the god that this book is all about. Okay, so it's like Jesus sitting at the table pretty much. Pretty much. So, okay, let's read about the unknowable with no face to it because he's the unknowable. 142. Here we go. Okay, the unknowable, the divine, Odin, the All-Father. Blank is the end, blank the beginning. This is the rune of total trust and should be taken as exciting evidence of your most immediate contact with your own true destiny, which time and again rises like the phoenix from the ashes of what we call fate. The appearance of this rune can portend a death, but that death is usually symbolic and may relate to any part of your life as you are living it now. Relinquishing control is the ultimate challenge for the spiritual warrior. Here the unknowable informs you that it is in motion in your life. In that blankness is held undiluted potential. At the same time, both pregnant and empty, this rune comprehends the totality of being, all that is to be actualized. Drawing the blank rune may bring to the surface our deepest fears. Will I fail? Will I be abandoned? Will it be all taken away? And yet our highest good, our truest possibilities, and all our fertile dreams are held within that blankness. Willingness and permitting are what this rune requires. For how can you exercise control over what is not yet in form? The blank rune often calls for no less an act of courage than an empty-handed leap into the void. Drawing it is the direct test of faith. The unknowable Odin represents the path of karma, the sum total of your actions and their consequences, the lessons that are yours for this lifetime. And yet this rune teaches that the very depths of old karma shift and evolve as you shift and evolve. Nothing is predestined. What beckons is the creative power of the unknown. Whenever you draw the blank rune, take heart. Know that the work of self-change is progressing in your life. It's wonderful. But already we know with the standstill, stop, look, listen, take an inventory of your life today. Are you sober? Are you not? Are you doing the right things with your children, your parents? Think about it. We've already known that the unknowable is watching us. The God Almighty, the power of the goddess, whatever faith you believe in, they've attended this table to let us know that it is time for us to, find some kind of reckoning within ourselves to make sure that we don't end up not passing to the other side and towards the light because we're still kind of grounded down here. Okay, the final rune is called protection, but it is reversed. Usually this rune, this is protection. So now we did bring it out reversed. So let's set it down on our purple pillow and read about protection reversed. And it might close this message with we need to protect ourselves. I can't recall all these runes, what they mean upside and downside, but I know this is another powerful rune. Okay, protection reversed, and the name of protection is Algiz, A-L-G-I-Z, Algiz. Algiz reversed Be thoughtful about your health and do not add to the burdens others are carrying. Look carefully at the associations you form at this time. If you see fit to become involved with people who are using you, remain conscious of that fact and take responsibility for your own position. Then you can only benefit. And yet, regardless of whether your enterprise prospers or suffers, do not be overly concerned. You may not win, but you will never lose, for you can always learn from what takes place. Temperance and courtesy are the sinews of this rune's protective powers. Okay, well, so I think what I'm getting out of that, it's time for you to, take a standing, take a footing. And if there's a partnership that you're considering, it says be thoughtful about your health, but it also says that, regardless of your enterprise prospers or does not, it suffers, do not be overly concerned. It's like you need to take a leap of faith and decide where do you want to go, which way do you want to head to. And but just know that the angels, your guides, are with you. Whether you make a wrong choice, that's okay. The wrong choice leads to the right lessons. So but you got to get grounded. You got to stand still, stop, look, and listen. Yes, God is in the house, but the protection you need has to come also with your intelligence, making better choices. So, okay, full moon reading for Tuesday, February 7th, 2012. The Viking Runes love you. I hope we see you next time and have a lovely evening. Look for the full moon. Give Luna a kiss from me. Thank you. Ciao.